Don't you think, and let's just think about some of the things you feel like you deserve, because a lot of people really get in this business and they don't really do a whole lot, but they feel like, you know, all in the name of I deserve. Okay, so let's see what you deserve. What about a company car? Like that? A great parking space? Pretty good? An office? It's not bad, is it? A place to rest? Pretty good stuff, isn't it? I know you like that, don't you? Nice meeting place. Nice meeting room. That's pretty good, isn't it? A place to exchange ideas. Wonder what they talking about. Oh, stop dreaming and get back to work, okay? That's some reason for our success. There's a lot of good reasons for our success. First of all, we got a unique and difficult to duplicate product. Nobody can do what we do. They really can't. So, you know, it's all the time, you always hear people it's almost like we look for reasons to fail or so we can have an excuse by saying, tell me who the competition is out there. And you tell people over and over again, there is no competition. We may have some competitors, but there is no competition. So there's little to no competition at all. A suite of products to fit different target markets. So we have a dedicated network of accomplished law firms. And I'm telling you, this is very unique in itself because, you know, it's kind of like for those of you who are biblical scholars, you know, they talked about Moses, what do you have in your hands? You know, so I'm asking you, Legal Shield Associates, what do you have in your hands that you're not using? Okay? Look how unique we are. This is an opportunity that, you know, and my mentor and my brother, Mr. Ace Fair, talks about that you need to find you a major and a minor. A major, as you look at these divisions of your business, these are divisions of your business. This is your business, but these are divisions of your business. What are you going to major in? What are you going to minor in? Okay? You know, because we got the family plan, group, identity theft, safeguard for minors, specialty programs like CDLP and stuff like that, law officers legal plan, and then the small business plan, which where we are, our small business division, which is where we are today. Now I want you to think about something in itself. You got to be trained, and you got to be a learner, you got to be a listener, and then you need to train other people as well. So remember the dog and you'll be fine. And here's what I mean when I say remember the dog and you'll be fine. There was a guy that had a dog one time, and he was talking to another guy that had a dog. He said, man, I don't understand that. He said, your dog do all kind of tricks. He said, I can't get my dog to do no kind of tricks. He said, man, your dog do. He said, well, first of all, you got to know more than the dog, you know? So understand, if you're going to be trying to teach somebody something, you need to know more than the person that you're talking to. Okay, so understand that in itself. There are 4 stages of competency. There's the incompetent, the unconscious incompetent. That's somebody who don't know that they don't know. They don't know that they don't know. Then there's the conscious incompetent. That's somebody who know they don't know, but you know, it's kind of like the teenager. They know they don't know, but you know, they want to act kind of out there. You know, they don't want to be told anything. Now, most people think you need to be a conscious competent, where you know what you know. Well, the only problem about that is if you're not an unconscious competent, see, an unconscious competent, you know what you know and you don't even have to think about what the answer is. You know, you've heard all these speakers up here talk about earlier. Melissa was talking about knowing the product. Mark was talking about knowing the product. All these people are talking about knowing the product so well. See, you should know your product so well until when people come with you with different things about, well, do we cover this? No, we don't do anything like that. I mean, you should know better than that. When people come at you and say, well, like in North Carolina, they say, we got a 1995 plan. What plan do we have with that? They say they have our plan. We don't have a plan that's 1995. I mean, you know, it's kind of like, think about the FBI. The FBI, whenever they are trying to determine what a counterfeit bill is, they never look at the counterfeit bill. What they do is they study the real thing so long, so hard, so intensely, so that when a counterfeit comes up, it just sticks out. So what am I saying when it comes to this? You got to know your product so well, so strong, so intensely, so that when somebody else comes up with somebody else and they say, well, you know, we got a legal plan, just, no, that's not ours. That's not ours. You don't even have to look at it. You don't even have to think about it. You follow what I'm saying? Now, Here's one of the things that I learned several years ago when Fran was up here and he was talking about the fact that 89% of all businesses in America have 20 or fewer employees. 89%, not some, 89% of all businesses in America have 20 or fewer employees. Then he said that about 96% of all businesses in America had 100 or fewer employees. Now, when you think about that, especially looking at the group side of things for a minute, why is it that you have so many people that are focused on the 4%? So many people are talking about, I know somebody in HR, and they got 700 employees. They got 1,000. They got 2,000 employees. Well, you got to get on a plane and go wherever that corporate office is. And that plane that you got on, you flying over 89%, 95% between Alistair Edwards, Melissa Wilder, Agar Thomas. Trust me, we will make sure to take care of your 89% while you're gone, because you'll fly over there, get over there, only to find out that there's a benefits committee. And guess what? They just met last week. And they won't be meeting no more until the next 3 months. See, that kind of crazy stuff like that. See, so when you know what the truth is, you know, you can just say, well, you know what the deal is. Now, here's one example of what I'm talking about when I say about you know. Some of y'all probably have heard this before. That was a lady that went into this store, and there was a parrot that was in there. And when the lady went up to the parrot said, "You're so ugly." And, you know, every day, and she was so upset. And she went back. Now, I'm just telling you, when you know what the truth is, you can say, listen. She went back and she talked to the owner. She says, listen, I'm coming in here every day, and I'm sick and tired of this, and I spent a lot of money in here. And if you don't tell that parrot to stop calling me ugly, I'm going to stop doing business in here with you, and I'm going to tell everybody in here, don't do any more business with you. So the owner goes and he talks to the parrot and says, look, you're running my customer away. You can't tell this lady that she's ugly. Now understand that? So the parrot kind of, you know, nods the head, whatever the case may be. So the next day, the lady walks in. She walks up to the parrot. She looks at the parrot. The parrot looks at her. She looks at the parrot. The parrot looks at her. She looks at the parrot one more time. The parrot looks at her. She gets ready to walk away, and the parrot looks down and he says, you know. So, what am I saying about that? 89% of all businesses in America have 20 or fewer. 95% have 100 or fewer. You know. So why are you going in that other area, okay? I bet you won't forget that one, okay? Your attitude does what? It affects your altitude. Now, and if there's a misspelling, we'll put this together, okay? I couldn't even change it. We'll put this together, okay? Sometimes you got to do a checkup from the neck up. And you got to get rid of your stinking thinking. Wilbur Smith talks about that all the time, about how so many times we have paralyzed ourselves because of what we think, and we get so upset. You won't decide your future, but you will decide your habits, and your habits will decide your future. You got to understand that. So you got to get in the habit of doing something every single day. And you know, I'm guilty of this. Even though I'm a Millionaire Club member, I'm guilty of this, of getting into a management mode. In fact, I was talking to Melissa about this the other day, and she made me feel so good. Not made me feel bad, she made me feel so good, because she really kind of jerked my butt back to where I needed to be as far as my thought pattern is concerned. You know, because I know what I used to do compared to what I started doing, and I'm telling you, it's a whole new ball game now. I'm in it to win it, and I ain't quitting. And listen, I'm in here until hell freezes over, then I'm gonna skate on the ice. So I'm telling you, I ain't going nowhere, okay? How do you approach people about this membership? How do you approach people about this membership? Do you approach them and you're not serious about what you're doing? People can pick up on your music. They can tell if you're jive talking. They really can. They can.